Yo guys, and welcome to a brand new series which is called Footy Recap. Basically, we're going to recap the latest stuff that came around football. As you guys know, I haven't been here for a long time because I was gone to a holiday, as I said. So I'm back now. So the first video I'm going to put out is Footy Recap, and I think hopefully when the matches start again, the off, I'll do it every week. So I'll talk about what happened in the matches, what I think, and mostly stuff might be around Chelsea because I'm a Chelsea fan. But don't worry, we will cover everyone today as well. So yeah. First thing we're gonna go off is with the Osimhen saga because that was the first thing I think that happened. So let's get away from the transfer things and then we come to the latest news. Is Osimhen saga. So on the last day, all of this happened. So Al Halili or whatever their name is were going off for him, but they cancelled it because Chelsea was in the talks as well. Chelsea and them two were trying to do it, but Al Halili got it done with Ivan Toney, so they were like, yeah, they got the striker. So they did the deal with Thingy, but then Chelsea was talking, but the wages or some problem happened. So at the end, few days later, Osimhen landed at Galatasaray, which I think is it's a sad thing for both parties because Osimhen now is going to a Turkey league. He deserves to go to a better league. Hopefully in January we get him. I think he's gone on a loan, or I think January we get him somehow. I don't know, but because Chelsea, I think if we got him, I think the team would have looked so much better because we could see the attack is doing well. I think our new manager is actually doing very well. I did not expect this from him. Enzo is actually Marcus. Enzo Manacrista is actually doing well. Yeah, we lost against Man City, but it's Man City, but we still looked quite good. It's the defense, which I will agree looks a bit weak. Um, I was just catching up, so I haven't seen the matches, but what I've heard that we're doing well attacking wise, but defense is weak. Um, like Man City scored 2 goals, I think. But still, you could see Man City smash the other teams like West Ham, who we thought would be good. They actually smashed them. And who else did they play against again? I suppose that doesn't count, but West Ham they smashed, which I personally thought West Ham would do well this season. But it's Man City again, like they're on a rampage, like literal 2 hat-tricks in a row for Mr. Haaland. Haaland's just smashing it. He's made it into a joke. It's just wow. But let's go back to Chelsea. They did get one deal done on transfer deadline day, which was Sancho for Manchester United. So this is interesting to see how it works because a Man U he was bad, but he could do well. But Eric Ten Hag was not using him that much. But I actually thought this was Man United's year. Personally speaking, I thought Eric Ten Hag would cook. But is Eric Ten Hag not a good manager? And we all thought he was due to 2 cups. I don't know because right now he is doing awful. I don't know what Eric Ten Hag is doing. I'm happy because I'm not a Man United fan, and watching them flop, I'm getting so happy. They're off to a bad start. Lost against Liverpool, lost against Brighton. I think the only team they won against was who did they win against? Fulham, and that was a very close win as well. Like close win. So it's not looking good, bruv, for Manchester United. Um, but on the other side, the teams who are smashing is Manchester City and Liverpool. Liverpool is on a very good start. They won all 3 matches and they haven't conceded a goal yet, which is insane. I think that's what one of the stats would say. Like they're the only Premier League team not to concede a goal yet, which is madness. Yeah, they haven't conceded a goal. But you could say they had Brentford, they had Ipswich Town, and Manchester United. You could say they're stunking as well. Then they're not doing well. But let's see how Liverpool do when they come back from the break. Will they still cruise? The next match, I think, this week is Nottingham Forest. I think they will beat Nottingham. We've got Bournemouth. Manchester United has Southampton, so it will be nice to see. And plus, we got Arsenal with Tottenham, which is going to be good. Arsenal need to. I think they. I think Brighton is another team doing well. They got a draw against Arsenal, and they won against Man United. So they are like fourth or third, so they are doing well. But Arsenal, if they need to come on, they need to like try to do well. And if you look at the table right now, Man City is first, Liverpool's second, Brighton's third, Arsenal is fourth, and then fifth is Newcastle, Brentford is sixth. But this all can change easily because it's not a huge difference. So things can turn around after international breaks. Anything can happen. Next up, I want to talk about the big thing about this main news is about, as I said at the start, about my club, Chelsea. So Chelsea are actually going through a problem. Like on the pitch wise, they're doing well. They're going off to a good start. One win, one loss, one draw. Obviously, we did like expectation wise, we thought we will not have a good season, but that wise, we're doing decent, and I think we could see we're performing well, and maybe after the title break, we actually go onto a good start. Hopefully, I cross fingers. I'll put them eighth, they 11th, but this is just the start. Like, still, it's not bad. Um, we could after this Bournemouth game maybe we start more like we're still gelling in, obviously. So hopefully things go well. The attack is looking better. That the main problem, which was the attack, is looking better now, but still the striker issue is still there, which hopefully gets solved. But there's another issue behind all of this. On the top, our two business people, because between Bowley and Clear Lake, basically these two are having arguments because when they first came, they were not friends or anything. They were two businessmen who said, "Okay, we buy it together," and they bought this company. Bowley owns a very minority of this stake, and Clear Lake owns a very huge ownership of it. So they have the most power basically. So people usually me as well. I usually used to say, "Oh, Boily this, Boily that," but it's not actually Boily. It's actually Clear Lake who's making these decisions that we go. So the Pochettino decision, Boily wanted to keep him, but Clear Lake wanted to sell him. That's why I think it's so chaotic because you've got two owners who want to do different things, and that is causing chaos. And now there's an issue on top, and this could be very bad for Chelsea. How they look, how for the future that the club could be in a very bad situation because of this. There's four possible outcomes how this could be resolved. Is Bowley buys the Clear Lake stake, Clear Lake buys Bowley and company, buys the whole thingy. A settlement where unhappy alliance continues, or issues are partially resolved, or a third party comes and buys the company. Me personally, after reading the whole article, as a Chelsea fan, I thought Bowley maybe did better stuff because he was the guy who wanted Pochettino, because he was the guy who said a manager should have longer, whereas Clear Lake was like, nah, game out. So I think I don't want him. I don't want Clear Lake to be in charge because if he's the reason, and plus, Bowley does not have the most part. The most part is Clear Lake. So the most big decisions are they making, and their decisions have been bad. Bowley's decision maybe was Enzo Marcos. I don't know. Like it's sad that we're doing well now, but hopefully this issue gets resolved. Hopefully someone buys someone because I don't want these two to go through because long term it will be chaos. But I don't want like look at what Clear Lake decisions made. I'd rather have Bowley because after reading it, sorry Bowley for doubting you. You did not make the bad decision. It was actually the other Dumbo Clear Lake guy who made the shit decisions after I read it more after this article. So I take everything back. I thought Bowley was the main guy, but no, it was bloody Clear Lake. So if they made most of these bad decisions, like just getting so many random contracts, maybe that was Bowley's idea. I don't know whose other ideas were, especially the Pochettino one was one of the most dumbest idea you could go. And if Clear Lake did that, like what were the sporting directors thinking at that point? Like literal, like if this company buys it, they might just sack Enrico Maracasa just because maybe he didn't win a cup. And they're like, oh, you got fourth, but we've got to still sack you. We came sixth under Pochettino. We were looking good. And I think if we kept with him, we'd have won. But luckily, we got a manager who I think under Pep, under this, under that, and he's looking good and he's gelling a good team. But imagine if that didn't happen, we could have been in a big situation. Now, please, for God's sake, leave him there. So that's basically what's going all around Chelsea. Obviously, if you like this type of video, tell me. I'm most likely going to make another one, Footy Recap episode 2, but that will mostly come out when the games start playing again. I'll watch most of the games I can watch. Chelsea game, 100% I'll watch. And I'll talk about it, what I thought, and other newses around other clubs when they come will basically be summarized on here. The main topic, like today, was the Chelsea Bowley thing. Like that, it will be that. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Peace.